everyone, Richard here, and welcome to the Nerd Life. So what is today, my lovely, lovely friends? It is time for a Finished Not Perfect update. That's right. Who's ready to get finished and not perfect? Yep, this man right here. So we're going to go table down in a second. I'm going to kind of show you where I'm at. I've kind of been slow. What happened to my hand? Slow goings lately because I've been doing a lot of these commission builds and stuff. But I'm ready to get back crack-a-lacking on some of my stuff as well and make sure I can have some rotation going on, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's go table down and see where I'm at right now on my Finished Not Perfect gig. Okay, shall we? Let's go table down. I'm just going to go ahead and do this right now. I was going to be like, I'm going to make my table look nice and neat and pretty. Man, who does that? No, not me. Not this guy here. This guy here is like, screw it. This is the way it looks. So, what have been doing lately is, or today, pretty much, is priming the mess out of stuff, man. Trying to get a bunch of my stuff primed. So, I finally primed my Sakaran. I love it. I get the light shined on it. Kind of dingy, dull in my nerd quarters. I need to get a better light in here. I can see where the places I missed. Up in there. Up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me miss my primers. Up in her. Up in her. Anyway. So I'm gonna go back over all that again later, I guess. Because I still gotta do another my secondary primary color. This is my base tone, which is the primer is just black. So the Vallejo black, which I use it as my basis on most everything. So it gives me the shadows I need. But so here's him and his side expansions. Where's there? So it comes with standard with that's a ball bearing. That is a metal ball bearing. Looks like an eyeball. It comes with the bolters for the sides of this. Now again, like I said before, all of my side sponsons are for these things are universally matched up. So anything can go on anything, my last cannons and whatnot. But he's ready to go with his bolters that it came with, so it's good to start painting. I went ahead and finally primed my javelin. Again, that's where these ones come from. And I even have another javelin coming in that I can do, so I can have another set. Oops. There you go. So I got the missile stuff. All that stuff is set up and ready to go. Pretty much all I've done is base tone all this stuff. Hey, like that big arm in the way. It's a big sexy arm. You better be careful there. Don't stare at it too long. You might fall in love. Got the dudes, the cockpits ready and painted. Their little bolter that goes on inside too. Finally painted my Betrayal of Calf, or primed my Betrayal of Calf Contemptor. Got all his stuff ready to go. With his little bit of green stuff work tentacles on the front for his Cthulhu Master Hail Hydra. And then all of the extra arms I can put on these guys. I have the other Contemptor, my legit Forge World one, over there somewhere. I'm pretty sure he's already primed. I need to grab it and find it because I want to add him to the paint list of these. I just noticed I never cut this arm off so that I can magnetize it, and that kind of made me sad. I'm probably just going to leave it anyway and not do it. I don't know if I want to or not. Yeah, so he's got them all hooked up with all his different weapons. And this is the original autocannon that came with the Contemptor, the plastic Contemptor. So I wish the plastic Contemptor was as posable as the Forge World one. Oh, and I got this other. This is it's not Forge World. It's China cast, but you know it still magnetizes. All of them are universally magnetized to where they all work. So I got that done. Here's the last cannon for that duders. And now I have the last, well, second to last thing that I primed just now is Demo's Pattern Rhino. This is that China cast crappy one that I got. Like the treads are all wackadoo. It's got a little nice rocky to it. But I finally went through and I primed it. I also magnetized it, so that way Well, first off, this piece isn't magnetized. This is the regular hatch for a rhino. So there I have a rhino. And then I have the hatch for the whirlwind. And I put a little magnet in there. So that way I can just kind of slide it in and it locks in place for the most part. And then I have this, which just sits pressure fit, gravity weighted on top. So I have that cool little Demos pattern whirlwind. Always liked the way this looked. Now, also, being the Rhino kit, it came with the Razorback hatch, but of course no parts for the Razorback. So I saw my chance to get some Chromlech goodies. So I got the Chromlech, I was about to call these burst cannons, but that's Tau and people would be mad. So these assault cannons, whatever you want to call them, for 40k, I don't even know if the Razorback can take those. But it took some dremeling, honestly. I took one of my burrs, my Dremel head burrs, and reamed that out really good to kind of expand that a little bit. And it started getting thin, so I stopped on it. And then I went back and did the same thing around the edge of this, just to make it fit in there. Because it was a snug fit, and it wouldn't even go down in there, to be honest with you. Now it does. So now I've got that. Oh, that's a bad primer job, dude. I need to go back and refix that. Now also, I got the one that I was either going to use as last cannons. Or actually, I think I am going to use this one for last cannons, because I think they have, Chromlech has one that looks like auto cannons. I hate it. I just don't like it. I threw it. Just kidding. So yeah, so this will be the last cannon one with more crappy primer jobs. Just stare at that and go, oh, look at you, you silly boy. You need to spray paint better. Go back to your youth whenever you're spray painting bridges and overpasses and dumpsters. It was actually just dumpsters because I didn't want to climb up that high. Anyway, so yeah, here's the last cannons, and all those fit on nice and neat. I give you my cool little Razorback. I'd like to get a couple more of these Demos patterns. I think the next Demos pattern one I'm going to get is a Predator, and see how I can rig the options up to be able to pop this stuff off. And you know, it'll be a hefty magnetizing, but again, it goes the same thing where all the side sponsons I have go to it, you know, will work. So we'll see. I just did that Spartan tank for that cat, and I really like what the Spartan has. Those, was it quad last cannons? Or is it double last cannons maybe on each side? Yeah, double last cannons. Oh, super wicked, man. But anyway, so that's where I'm at for this. This is more of my Hydra stuff getting done. I can't remember what the last thing I showed you on this was, guys. But, so my wolf guy, I painted his face, his helmet. Started working down on that. You know, did some nice gray shades in there. Oh, we got honky honks. Purple, gold, painted this up. It's all sprayed. It's matte sprayed, so it's sealed. At least it better be. I'm pretty sure it is. I think I did. Whatever. I hope so. Yeah, so I did all that. It's all sprayed up and done and good. Started the metallics on it. I used that Minotaur metallic, so it's got a really glittery look to it. I need to go dull it back down with some wash, because it's the same way on my Titan, my big Warlord. You'll see that on Journey into Forge World. But I still need to go back and tighten that down a little bit. Tighten it down. Dull it down a little bit so it's not so shiny and sparkly. So, yeah, so that's it for this Journey into Forge World. I mean, sorry, not Journey into Forge World. Finished, not perfect. I've really, like I said, I've been slow painting my stuff because I've been doing all those builds. But I'm about to get back on to where I can alternate back and forth. So, anyway, guys, that's it for this one. I will talk to you later. Keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. See you soon.